Romania has shaped parts of your daily life and you probably never noticed. Despite being known for one major concept, Romania's influence runs deeper than its stereotypes. Here's the part most people miss. Romania did not just inspire myths, it quietly changed how we fly, how we judge perfection, and how modern medicine works. Now let's pull back the curtain on Romania.
New shoes on a Friday morning. New look, still can't hide my boring.
When we think of Romania, one word tends to surface almost immediately, so let's address it right away. Dracula. Written by an Irishman but completely inspired by Romanian history and folklore, the legend of Dracula didn't just scare people, it reshaped global storytelling. Based on the very real 15th century ruler Vlad III, the Dracula myth helped define how the modern world imagines vampires, gothic horror, and the dark anti-hero. One historical figure plus one gothic novelist equals centuries of books, films, TV shows, and an entire global economy built around fake fangs and capes. Romania did not invent Halloween costumes, but it definitely helped sell a lot of them. But here's the twist. Romania's biggest contributions came from redefining limits, especially when the world thought they were fixed. Long before jet engines became standard, Romanian engineer Henri Coandă was already thinking ahead by experimenting with jet propulsion as early as 1910. His work on airflow led to the discovery of the Coandă Effect, which explains how air naturally sticks to curved surfaces. It's still taught in aerospace engineering today and used in aircraft design, ventilation systems, and even medical devices. Basically, if anything controls airflow smoothly and efficiently, there's a decent chance that Romania helped make it happen. Romania didn't just change technology and inspire nightmares, it redefined what we all thought was possible. In 1976, Romanian gymnast Nadia Comăneci earned the first perfect 10 in Olympic history. As amazing as it was, a bit of a problem came with it. The scoreboard was not built to display a score of 10. An age-old standard redefined by a 14-year-old, Nadia's moment did not just win medals, it shattered assumptions. Before her performance, judges had believed perfection was theoretical, something to aim for but never truly expect. Comăneci proved that perfection was possible. From that day on, gymnastics was judged differently. Training methods changed, scoring systems evolved, and expectations rose worldwide. One athlete, one routine, a global standard permanently rewritten. Romanian innovations have also been out of this world. Hermann Oberth, born in what is now Romania, was one of the founding fathers of rocketry. His theories directly influenced space exploration, including the technology that eventually took humans to the moon. So yes, Romania helped launch space travel. But the more impressive part is what they changed down here. As we come back down to earth, let's look at the Romanian people behind all of this. To say Romanian people are a little different than their neighbors would be a massive understatement. They're a Latin-based people surrounded by Slavic neighbors. And while the countries around them speak Slavic languages, Romanian is a Romance language, making it closer to Italian or Spanish. Dating back a few thousand years, it's like a Roman echo that never really faded. In Romania, family matters, community matters, tradition really matters, especially in rural areas where music, customs, and seasonal rituals are not performances, they're just life. Today, Romania has about 19 million people, with millions more living abroad, a result of economic migration, especially after joining the European Union. And with that many people, Romania has more than its share of world changers. Let's take a look at a few. By stripping sculpture down to its purest forms, artist Constantin Brâncuș laid the foundation for modernism, minimalism, and abstract art. In helping redefine what modern art could be, his influence can be seen in museums, galleries, and architecture around the world. Nearly every modern sculptor owes something to his vision, whether they know it or not. And Romania doesn't just produce creators, it produces conscience. 20th century humanitarian Elie Wiesel became one of the most important moral voices in the modern world. Born in Romania, Wiesel survived the Holocaust and later dedicated his life to ensuring the world never forgot it. His writing, activism, and leadership helped shape global conversations around memory, human rights, and moral responsibility. He didn't just document history, he challenged the world to respond to it. Wiesel's most famous work, Night, is a short memoir about his survival at Auschwitz and Buchenwald. It's been translated into dozens of languages and is required reading in schools across the world. Sofia Ionescu helped change modern medicine quietly and permanently. She is widely recognized as one of the world's first female neurosurgeons. performing life-saving brain surgery during World War II at a time when women were rarely allowed anywhere near operating rooms. Over her career, she performed tens of thousands of neurosurgical procedures and helped normalize women's presence in one of medicine's most demanding fields. And finally, George Emil Palade helped humanity understand itself better at the cellular level. His discoveries revealed how cells function internally, transforming biology and medicine. For his work, he won the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine in 1974. Modern cancer research, genetics, and biotechnology all rest on foundations Palade helped build. Looking outside its borders, Romania has one of the largest diasporas in Europe. The modern Romanian diaspora formed in two main waves. The first was a result of 20th century displacement from wars, border changes, communism, and the Holocaust. A second being an economic migration after Romania joined the European Union. Romanians often integrated into their new homes quietly, becoming doctors, engineers, builders, artists, athletes, and entrepreneurs, while maintaining strong ties to language, food, and family back home. The largest populations of Romanian people in Europe include Italy and Spain with over 1 million people and Germany with about 950,000. As for people abroad, few writers in history have been able to describe life under dictatorship as powerfully as Herta Müller. Born into a German-speaking minority in Romania, she grew up under Nicolae Ceausescu's brutal communist regime where fear wasn't abstract, it was daily life. Her writing exposed how authoritarian systems invade language, memory, and even thought itself. In 2009, Müller won the Nobel Prize in Literature for turning oppression into unforgettable prose, proving that words can survive regimes that try to erase them. Another person I have to include is Romanian-born Tristan Tzara, the founder of the Dada movement, which reshaped modern art, poetry, and anti-war expression worldwide. In the United States, there are between 500,000 and 1.2 million people who identify as having Romanian ancestry. Romanian influence traces back in the Americas over several hundred years, with several serving as officers in the American Civil War. The largest Romanian American community is in the state of New York, though they are spread throughout the country. Notable Americans either from Romania or with Romanian heritage include David Bohm, an influential physicist whose ideas shaped quantum theory and philosophy of science. Actor Sebastian Stan was born in Romania before immigrating to the United States as a child. Musician Art Garfunkel was the son of Jewish Romanian immigrants. And businessman and TV personality Mark Cuban is Romanian on his father's side. As with anywhere, Romania's story does not stop at its borders. Its people carry its influence wherever they go. So where is this amazing country? Romania is usually classified as Eastern Europe, but it sits right at the crossroads of Eastern, Central, and Southern Europe, making its culture more of a blend than a label. It's roughly the size of the United Kingdom, or if you're picturing the US, about the size of Minnesota. Romania is home to the Carpathian Mountains, dense forest, rolling plains, and the Danube River. Romania comes from the same historical region as their neighbors Moldova. The two countries speak the same language and share traditions. The best way to explain it is that the people didn't split, the borders did. More on that in a bit. Romania does not offer one kind of travel, it offers contradictions. Let's start in Bucharest, the capital and largest city. The city's most striking landmark is the Palace of the Parliament, the heaviest building on Earth. It's so massive that it dominates the skyline, a leftover from a communist era and a physical reminder of power, ambition, and excess. Just a short walk away is Old Town Bucharest, packed with historic churches, cafes, and narrow streets that show the city's much older soul. After finishing up with Bucharest, head north into Transylvania. Yeah, that Transylvania. You'll find that medieval towns and forested hills set the scene. Transylvania is home to Bran Castle, also known as Dracula's Castle, perched dramatically above a mountain pass. It's the most visited place in Romania and one of the most recognizable castles in Europe. Nearby stands Palace Castle, often considered Romania's most beautiful, with ornate interiors that almost feel unreal. Another must-see is the Danube Delta, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Europe's last true wildernesses. A maze of waterways, wildlife, and silence, it feels untouched by modern time. Romania's history is long and complex, and in an effort not to get too complicated, let's take a look at the highlights. Our story begins with Dacia, home to the Dacians, a powerful people who eventually caught the attention of ancient Rome. In the early 2nd century, Rome conquered Dacia, leaving behind language, culture, and infrastructure. This Roman legacy is why Romanian is a Latin-based language today. After Rome withdrew, waves of migration reshaped the region. Over time, 3 main Romanian-speaking states emerged: Wallachia, Moldavia, and Transylvania. Often caught between larger empires like the Ottomans, Habsburgs, and Russians. Regions such as Dobruja added even more cultural layers, influenced by the Greeks, Romans, and later empires along the Black Sea. It was during this part in history where Vlad III, Vlad Tepes, or Vlad the Impaler, whatever you choose to call him, became the most infamous Romanian in history. A 15th century ruler of Wallachia sandwiched between the more powerful Ottoman and Hungarian empires, Vlad's brutality was intentional. He used extreme punishments as psychological warfare, believing that fear was the only way a small nation like his could survive invasion, rebellion, and corruption. To some, he was a ruthless tyrant. To others, a defender shaped by an unforgiving era. I'd love to hear your take on him in the comments. In 1600, Michael the Brave briefly united the 3 main regions of today's Romania. The union did not last, but it inspired future Romanian nationalists with the idea that unity was possible. In 1812, Moldavia was split when the eastern half of it was taken by the Russian Empire, a division that still echoes today. Romania, minus present-day Moldova, gained full independence in the late 19th century and expanded after World War I, but the 20th century brought turmoil. During World War II, Romania was led by Ion Antonescu and aligned with Nazi Germany, a dark chapter marked by dictatorship and tragedy. After World War II, Romania continued to not catch a break when it fell under communist rule and Soviet influence. Decades of authoritarian rule followed until the violent revolution of 1989 ended the regime. Modern Romania emerged from that collapse, shaped by ancient roots, survival between empires, and repeated reinvention. Romania didn't survive history by standing still, it adapted, again and again. Food tells the story of Romanian history as well. Their cuisine is practical, hearty, and it's deeply rooted in tradition. Sarmale is Romania's de facto national dish. They are cabbage rolls filled with meat and rice, slow cooked until everything agrees to get along. And before you point it out, yes, other countries make cabbage rolls. But in Romania, they're fermented, richer, and taken personally. If you don't like them, someone's grandmother is going to be disappointed, and she'll remember. Mamaliga is a cornmeal dish, often compared to polenta, but in Romania, mamaliga is not a side dish. It's a lifestyle choice. Romania did not just invent soups, it invented sour soups. Ciorba comes in dozens of varieties and is soured using fermented bran, pickle juice, or basically whatever works. If you're sick, tired, cold, or just confused, there's a ciorba for that. And pastrama is a traditional Romanian cured meat, usually lamb or mutton, seasoned with garlic and spices, then air-dried or lightly smoked. It started as a shepherd food designed to survive long journeys and harsh winters. And here's the twist: Romanian pastrama is the ancestor of American pastrami. Same idea, different destination. Long story short, Romania preserved it, New York put it on rye. Here are a couple parting things about Romania that I could not leave out. Romania has some of the best preserved medieval towns in Europe. Cities like Sibiu, Brasov, and Sighișoara weren't rebuilt to look old. They actually are old. Their cobblestone streets, fortified walls, and historic buildings have survived wars, empires, and modern development. Walking through them does not feel like visiting a museum. It feels like history simply never left. The Romanian town of Sapunța is home to Mary Cemetery, a place that I just simply couldn't miss. Instead of somber tombstones, the graves are brightly colored and engraved with poems, many of them funny, blunt, or even a little sarcastic. They describe how people lived, loved, worked, and sometimes how they messed up. It's a reminder that in Romania, even death is allowed a sense of humor. And finally, in some Romanian villages, horse-drawn carts are still used every day. Not for tourists, not for festivals, but for groceries, firewood, and getting to town. Modern roads exist, but tradition still works. Sometimes the old way isn't nostalgic, it's just efficient. Romania is not identified by a single myth, invention, or moment. It's defined by what its people carried forward. Ideas, standards, and resilience that quietly shaped the world beyond its borders. And that's what makes it worth paying attention to. Because once you understand Romania's story, you don't just see the country differently, you start noticing how connected the world really is. Until next time, thanks for exploring our global community.